Hello, lovely people, and welcome to your Daily Focus Tarot for Wednesday, the 25th of May, 2022. This is a quite interesting what fell out. So first we had the Two of Pentacles, and it's talking about the balance required internally, trusting in yourself, practical matters. We talked about this card yesterday or the day before too. And we also have the Six of Wands. This is talking about leadership and mastering yourself. I can't tell if that's like a falcon or a hawk that he's got on his arm. And it didn't catch my eye until just now. But it would be, used as a spotter to spot the enemy or to spot food, to spot game. And then it would return and let them know the location to find the enemy or to find that food. It's quite interesting. Not sure why I just noticed it, but I just noticed that. And we also have the King of Swords. He's also got a bird on his shoulder. So the King and the Six are linked here. And the King is talking about using your intellect to get clarity, to get to the truth. And so you're using your intellect, and your intellect is what's leading you, what's guiding you. And it's guiding you towards getting this balance, towards getting this trust in yourself in regards to practical matters like your finances, your job, your career, your monetized hobbies. We also had the Page of Swords, and I'll flip it so you can see it upright. But it came in reverse, and the Eight of Wands also came in reverse. Not much to see in that card. So the Page of Swords and the Eight of Wands, they're talking about avoiding frustration and mistakes, confusion, by doing your research into the secrets around you. Something's going on around you and you're looking for the truth. With these birds, with this intellect, you're trying to find the truth. You're trying to find this this balance, this mastery. You're trying to get away from having your back up against the wall, up against the rock, from being just steps away from the storm here, from being lost at sea. These can also be talking about being all talk and no action, resisting change and not trusting in the process of getting yourself in balance. So what you need to focus on is mastering yourself, finding this clarity, finding this truth. You don't necessarily need to know all the answers to find clarity, to cut through all the BS that surrounds you in terms of, your your career or your job or your finances. You need to trust in the process and trust in yourself is what you need to be focusing on. So for the personal focus for today, we have the Five of Swords, which can be talking about winning at all costs, including, backstabbing and betrayal. It can be talking about jealousy or a challenge. And then we had the Prince of Swords in the reverse, and this is what it looks like upright. And this prince, obviously, he's coming rushing in with his sword drawn and his shield. It's up, but it's not quite as up as his sword is. He's definitely on the offensive. He can be inventive and cynical. Today, when I looked at this card in the reverse, I had, you're probably familiar with the story of Don Quixote and his charging at windmills, the windmills being a threat only in his mind, not really a threat to their location or to other people. But to him, they're a threat. And that kind of ties in with the Eight of Swords. Upright, it's like self-imposed imprisonment. It's self-imprisonment. And each one of these swords, again, they're different. Each one. So they're a different cutting thought. They're a different emotion that you hurt yourself with, a different memory or belief system. So she's in the reverse. So this is talking about release from, self-limiting beliefs, victim belief, believing that you're the victim all the time, which the Prince of Swords in Don Quixote, that kind of ties back to that. So with this being in the reverse, you're opening yourself up to new perspectives, new beliefs, not charging at windmills as much. And we also have number 5, the High Priest, which is kind of because it's talking about the Five of Swords too. So they tie in together, and these two are upright. Now the book is mentioning that this is talking about keywords, religious doctrines, tradition and education, and search for inner meaning. So the Eight of Swords being reversed and being released from self-limiting beliefs, and that's what you're fighting against. You're fighting against these beliefs that aren't necessarily true. This conflict, this challenge. And nothing really about the High Priest other than that stood out to me. The book is talking about the meaning being tradition and guidance. And I'll read from the book. It says, this card may sometimes indicate marriage, but if so, it refers to outer ceremonial and legal procedures. But what it makes me think of when I think of marriage is union, and not necessarily the union, because the book is talking about it in reference to the Lord and Lady, the High Priest and High Priestess. and the marriage between Earth Mother, Sky Father, the Great Right, and marriage between the moon and the sun. So, like divine masculine and divine feminine, but it can also be talking about, or like if you were into Tao, like the yin and the yang. So, it's talking about this being almost ready to happen. And what it's making me think of is the two parts that are within you where you were trapped, where you were rushing in without thinking, just going by your feelings of jealousy and being challenged and hurt at being betrayed. You're now getting ready to break out of that. You're getting ready to internally be more united with yourself. That's what this card is representing to me. And that's where you want to focus. You want to focus on that internal unity, that peace, that breaking out of these self-imposed habits and thought patterns and the self-destruction that you were in. I hope this has helped you. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you again tomorrow.